Just yesterday, Mick pulled a 1.4 carat blue sapphire out of this exact spot.
Ta-da!
Whoa! That is a huge sapphire, man.
Pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, bro. And today we're back with the hide bank and see if we can't find any more gems, as well as all the bonus gold we're going to pull out with it. This little tree here has worked like a filter, so it's actually in the fast water. When the fast water comes along, it hits this tree, slows everything down, and we've found gemstones from here all the way through up to that hole. That's a nice squishy. In all our testing, most of the gold was right on the surface. All the grey clay was pretty much barren, but there's a spot just down here with a different coloured clay. So I want to do a test pan, just see what's in it. This is only one shovel full, so I'm not expecting heaps of anything. Only a little bit of black sand. And, oh, we actually got gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces from one shovel. This is just a test pan out of the tailings to make sure our high banker is set up correctly. And no gold in tailings, so that looks like it is working how it is meant to. Just done a little quick cleanup of the mats because the black sand gets quite hectic here, and going through the concentrates I have found a couple of nice looking gemstones, probably a large citrine and a couple of small pieces of tourmaline there. And it's really hard to show you the gold. There is a fair amount of gold in there, but we're not really going to know until we get it through the blue bowl. That is the way to separate Reedy Creek cons. I've just been scraping up the gravel that's sitting on top of a clay pan. If you want to know why we're doing this, check this video linked out above on YouTube. Basically it works like sticky tape. The gravel comes along, all the gold sticks to the clay, you scrape the top of it off, you don't dig into it, and you usually get gold and gemstones. As you might be able to see, I've run a fair amount of dirt, so we're going to do a clean out. I'm stuffed and there's guaranteed to be a bunch of crystals in there that I'm going to have to go through at another day. Super long thread, one day I'll cut you. Victory! You should feel the weight of this mat right now. So we deal with tin in Reedy Creek. Well, not actually tin, it's a tin ore. It is super heavy, it's cassiterite, and my god, that's probably 2 kilos in that mat right now. I'm going to take 100% of the concentrates home and clean them up properly with the blue bowl and classifiers to make sure that we do get all the good gemstones and gold out of this dirt. But for now, I just want to do a really rough reveal on the creek. I've got a catch pan in the creek for that reason. So I rescued a nice old nail. There is no way I'm going to get a fat line of gold at the back of this because this tin just has gold sit on it and in it. Let's see if we see anything impressive come out of these cons. Man, there's gold all through it. A little piece of wire gold just here. That is cool. They're pretty rare, those pieces. Whew, found a lead factory. And there's gold all through it. Like I said, I cannot show you like a nice reveal because it just tends to sit in it, but that's the sort of spec count and spec size that we're dealing with. So I'm going to take this like 5 kilos worth of concentrates home and see what we get out of it. Okay, model 51 here. There is just no way I'm going to be able to sort this out by hand in a reasonable time frame. The amount of gold that's coming out of that black sand right now is ridiculous. All these little pinpricks of sort of white light, it's not showing up on the camera great, are gold. That's our plus 1/4 inch. This is our below 1/4 inch plus 30 mesh. And this is our super concentrates below 30 mesh. I picked this blue bowl up from Reed's Prospecting, link in the description below. And it uses centrifugal force to turn super concentrates like that into pretty much nothing but gold. Fern, tiny shovel.
The blue bowl is something that I use to do the heavy lifting when cleaning up Reedy Creek concentrates. The black sands are cassiterite or tin ore, which means they're non-magnetic and you have to manually remove all the gold from that tin ore. Once you have the material classified down, the blue bowl uses centrifugal force to blow all the light material, or the light sands you can see here, up and through the cone in the middle, whilst leaving all of the gold and some of the heavier particles of black sands behind. Even though this machine does a fantastic job of cleaning up the cons, you can see here that even it begins to struggle towards the end. And when this happens, it's time to suck the concentrates out of the blue bowl, refine the classification, and run it again, whilst hand panning down some of the oversized material.
This is about as far as I'm going to be able to take this down in the blue bowl without classifying further. Well, the blue bowl does its thing. I've got the plus 50 mesh minus 30 mesh concentrates. There is gold in here. These are our chunky bits. So we're going to pan this down. It should be pretty quick because we've classified it to one size. When you have tiny itty bitty pieces of gold fighting against really big pieces of black sand, the gold is always going to lose out. And that's why we classify it to one size. I've now got it to a point where I can show you some of the larger gold. This is the upper maximum size that you'll get at Reedy Creek. And we've actually got a fair amount of it, including that beautiful piece of wire gold. Which is still hiding under the black sand. Whilst we did that, we let the blue bowl run, and we've got a pretty decent show of fine gold. This is our minus 1/4 inch plus 30 mesh, and I just want to start panning this down to see if we didn't get any gemstones. Now that is a lot of coarse tin, which bodes well for gemstones. I can already see one. That is a nice gem, and there's another one. That's definitely not gem quality, but that's a beautiful blue sapphire. So we've got 2 gems, we haven't even started peeling it back. I don't think we're going to see any gold. There's another one. Wow, that's bright red. So I don't think we're going to see any gold, just because that would be a miracle in Reedy Creek to get gold in the minus 1/4 inch plus 30 mesh. Very rare. No, there. Oh, come on, I've got to pick it up with these gems in my hand. That is an ironstone specimen. Can you see the piece of gold on the end of that rock? Hey, there's a piece of gold. We got a specimen and a piece of gold in this. Hey, there's another one. 3, 4. Wow, alright, we got some big flakes. I think it's safe to say that the plus 30 mesh was quite exciting. Look at those pieces. Last night I said that I needed daylight to be able to see gems, and you are not going to believe what's in that oversized pan. I'm gonna pour some water on it so you can see it. Can you see it? Get in the daylight. Can you see it? Oh, that is a massive sapphire. That thing is huge. Look at the color. I've never found one that big before. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I can't see. Look, that's got to be a piece of topaz right there. That's super cool. I've got the gold down to almost completely clean. This is the stuff that was in the blue bowl, and I just wanted to show you right before we do the weigh-in what it looks like. Look at that. This is probably going to break some high banking records for me. Right before we weigh up the gold and the gemstones, I'm going to give away this sapphire that I found on this session if this video hits 3,000 likes and 500 comments. Right on to the gold weigh-in. And I've got to say, this has to be one of my biggest single day takes on the high banker just looking at it, but we won't know until we get it on the scales. First, I'm going to weigh up the sapphire. I really want to know how many carats this bad boy is. 0.705. The scales are all teared off, they're in grams, and we're going to weigh up the gold. I'm going to guess a gram. What's your guess? Leave it in the comments below. Not quite, but pretty close, 0.916. At the time of recording, 0.916 is worth around $71 Australian, which is a fantastic result considering we're only there for a couple of hours. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy. Please give your dog a scratch behind the ears for me. Peace, and I'm out.